Coming up on this week's news, it's a Bay City dust-up in Michigan as leaders and toll operators clash over discount programs. A design is unveiled for the new Key Bridge in Baltimore, and it looks like they slammed the brakes on that plan for toll relief for residents in Virginia. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's update of all that's coming down the pike. It's no dice to no tolls. A bill in the Virginia House of Delegates that would have provided some toll relief for residents of Virginia has apparently died in the Appropriations Committee. Virginia's Legislative Information System shows HB 2368 has been left in appropriations after initially advancing from the Transportation Committee January 30th. Appropriations did not approve the allocation of $2 million the bill required for implementation. It also met strong opposition from private toll operators in Virginia who had stated a cap on some tolls would inevitably lead to an increase for other drivers. It's a bridge toll dust-up of sorts in Bay City, Michigan, where residents and city leaders are irate about a plan to double the cost of a discount toll rate for existing non-resident account holders, eventually eliminating the plan by the end of July. The announcement has sparked a flurry of media coverage around the issue, which has even prompted the town of Bay City to announce it is reviewing its legal options in the wake of the announcement. Bay City Bridge Partners posted on its Facebook page last week they would be doubling the discount rate from $15 to $30 per month, although the initial announcement did not make clear that only the non-resident program would be impacted. The subsequent outpouring of outrage impelled BCBP to post a defensively worded clarification, but Bay City's leaders claim they were never notified of any changes, which goes against their lease contract with BCBP. The city owns the bridges in question, which are the Liberty Bridge and the Independence Bridge, leasing them to BCBP for operations and maintenance. Speaking of the Liberty Bridge, it will be closing overnights this week, beginning Monday night and wrapping up Thursday night unless some inclement weather interferes. Bay City official website offers little detail about the closure other than to state it will begin at 7 p.m. and end at 7 a.m., beginning February 10th and running through the 13th. The bridge should be reopened overnight Friday evening. In case you missed it, the design for the replacement of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore has been unveiled, featuring a cable-stayed design that will lift the bridge to over 230 feet above the Patapsco River, providing approaching ships not just greater clearance, but an unobstructed view of the Baltimore skyline. The twin towers of the new bridge will each be just over 600 feet tall, and the bridge span itself will be about 3,000 feet. The first phase of pre-construction work for the new bridge has been well underway since mid-January and will dovetail into the start of a second phase beginning in March. The current target date to reopen the new Key Bridge is October 15, 2028. From a Baltimore crossing to an international one, Otay Mesa, south of San Diego. If you've been hoping for a second international crossing, that one connecting to California State Road 11, you'll have to wait for perhaps 2 years more before an opening date is in sight, and that's because that's how far behind schedule the Otay Mesa project has become. But that's only on the U.S. side of the border. Officials in Mexico announced last summer they were nearing completion of their side of the crossing, while the U.S. side has remained delayed in technical and bureaucratic snags, including how tolls at the new port of entry have to be collected. A system has been worked out that will let the San Diego Association of Governments handle toll collection. That's the same agency that operates the South Bay Expressway. However, due to Federal Highway Administration rules, the toll collections made on U.S. roadways cannot be shared with Mexico, so the toll readers are being moved to Mexico, and the actual transactions will be processed at Sandag's processing center and not on any U.S. portion of any roadway. Sandag had also previously been blaming the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency for some of the delays. Customs, in fact, would normally be responsible for building the crossing and paying for the cost, but Otay Mesa is being built by Sandag and the California Department of Transportation, or Caltrans. They are using toll collections at the crossing as one of the ways to pay for that crossing. Now, all of the bureaucratic confusion has taken its own version of a toll, as the crossing, which was supposed to open at the end of last year, now has a target date to open sometime in 2027 or early 2028. Coming up next week, we remind you of a trio of toll increases coming to toll roads in New York and Virginia. Until then, drive safely and avoid distracted driving. Thanks for watching from all of us at Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.